Kolbjorn's atonement. I'm somewhat equipped. I got Winter's... Wow, that's a lot of crap in my inventory. I've got Winter's Bane. I've got Lionheart, Weave of the Protector, Kubrick's Gaze that I can't wear yet. I need Fame. Shit. I don't even know what Deft Eye is. I think these are all gambits and crap. I have Lionheart. That'll probably help. I think this is also a fight. The villagers of Clan Crowfoot scream in terror at the sight of Kolbjorn reborn. This might be the last scenario for Kolbjorn, actually, because it's called his atonement. And also, I've done a lot of Kolbjorn quests, come to think of it. This actually might be the last one. He strides calmly through the village, no anger in his face. Unwavering ally, Iron Skin companion. Enemies inflict 50% less damage to your companions. Neat. The Skald approaches with his band of warriors. He shakes his head in disbelief. Oh my god, there's a lot of enemies. But I've got a magical drink that gives me 150 health overall, so I'm probably fine. Rogvir watches your companion carefully. We buried you. You were dead. You see him wave away a northerner who is preparing to throw a bolus. Kolbjorn draws his swords. The flame-touched tips sizzle in the cold air. They watch over me. I fear death no more. Oh shit, he's got a mask, apparently, and a mega sword that he looks like he's playing like an instrument or like a harp. What is that pose? That's a weird pose. What? That is a weird pose. Oh, he's using a whetstone on it. I never really realized that in his original picture either. He's holding a whetstone against his blade, but in the other picture they put the mask over him and gave him a mega sword that looks like it's from Monster Hunter or Final Fantasy or something. It looks like an Orin sword from Final Fantasy X. And he's using a whetstone on that, and he's just holding the blade with his hand, which, I mean, it's at that size, the usually not that sharp, I guess. I don't know. Skald Rogvir raises his eyebrows in alarm. I guess this is the last scenario if he's going into platinum mode like that. Sacrifice your companion to discard a monster? No. They keep asking me to sacrifice my companion because it's just a really, really common blessing to get during this scenario, but it'd be really anticlimactic to just remove my companions during these fights. The scenario is a no-brainer for grinding because you get 25 food for free, so you can't starve, basically. And you just get like a random collection of like 5 blessings on your way to each thing, and it's like, they're not good, but nothing bad ever happens in this chapter, really. Skald Rogvir, the leader of Clan Crowfoot. Skald is known even among tyrants for his brutality and bloodlust. Hit him and stuff. Uh-oh. 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 That was my bad. Ah! That was bad too. Where am I going? I'm going off on like a journey. Why? Well, I'm so slow. Alright, well, I took no advantage of that. That wasn't very nice. I'm gonna keep chopping. Hacking and whacking and smacking. Oh, I thought it was done for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's because the last guy stopped at 2. No, I almost made the same mistake again. Ah! Oh, I was stuck in the armor breaking animation, but I didn't get hurt during it, even though I have been in the past, because this game can't make up its mind when I'm invincible and when I'm not, I guess. I don't know. Whoop, 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 whoop. Do I win? I don't win. I thought killing the leader would just make us win, because this is like one of those leadership-oriented fights as opposed to an actual fight to the death, I would say. Ow. Now I'm iced. I think I was iced earlier when I was moving really slow. I just couldn't tell because of the fact that I don't think the ice rendered, but I think I was affected by it. Hello. I did not connect, but I'll take it. Ah, bad. Bad news for you. I got a frost sword. I think it might have been Kolbjorn's, I don't remember. No, I think his is just called Kolbjorn's blade, not whatever that weapon's called. Coburn removes your enchanted armor from the enchanted armor from Roguevir's body and hands it to you. You honored me in battle. Take the spoils with my blessing. Suit of ice.
Cover your body in ice and see if your heart does not soon follow. No action lacks consequence.
Northerner resistance. Damage from Northerner is reduced by 15%, but damage from fire is increased by 125%. Oh my god. Not even to 125%, but by 125%. So if you take fire, you take more than double damage. Anytime a blessing is gained or lost, draw a gain card. That's pretty cool. Reduces armor speed. Oh yeah, makes you slow and you need tons of fame.
A conclusion, perhaps. There is still a tale yet to be told.
Oh cool, I can put on all these items that I am not going to use because I'm about to leave, but okay. The fearful villagers of Clan Crowfoot peer out from their huts as Coburn throws a torch on the body of the Skald and his warriors. It is done. We are avenged. What will become of you? Yeah, this must be over because we're doing the what will become of questions again. The North does not welcome me. The Empire wishes me dead. I will wander and seek honor where it comes. How about Clan Eyebright? I will return after this is done. But first I must repay my debt to you. Ask why Clan Eyebright defied the High Priestess. The Empire culled many bloodlines from the land. The North feared that it was next. The High Priestess wanted us to kill before being killed. Our elder believed there was no honor in needless bloodshed, so the High Priestess sent our clans to their deaths. Those that stayed, she burned. Continue on the journey. Coburn empties Amarmur spirits over the burning bodies and bends his head in prayer. After a moment of silence, he strides in his usual mournful slowness to the city gates, the remaining members of Clan Crowfoot cowering in his wake. Boop, 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 boo. I did it! I think he's done. I mean, he's clearly in platinum mode on the side of the screen there, so it'd be weird if this was not how you unlock his platinum mode. Oh yeah, there he is. We get Suit of Ice, Shaman of Eyebright Wield, and the Ally. Only one to go, our most recent addition, who has had possibly the least progress, or maybe not, I don't know. I think part of the reason why it took so long for Estrella, I think the one that required all the food for her might have been like her second card. I think it actually might have been that early in the process. So actually, the blacksmith might be further along than the rebel was at the time. So we have the ally, the rebel, and the magician. New thing for the ally, Colbjorn's attacks are infused with fire, causing plus 50% damage to northerners. Neat. Let's figure out how to get your stuff dealt with. You arrive at the town of Stiegel. Ariadne seems unenthusiastic about returning to her hometown. There's not much to see here. Ariadne looks around the town center. It's nothing like the city. We do have a fortune teller, though. She's great. So we've acquired a mechanical oddity for poor Anders' forge. Now we need a special pumpkin. Thankfully, my mother grows the famed Stiegel pumpkins herself. Stiegel's town center is unremarkable apart from a beautiful clock tower and a small cluster of tents tucked into a shaded corner away from the hustle and bustle. Ask what the pumpkin will be used for. To fix the forge, of course. That's not really helpful, but okay. I guess it's a magic forge, so somehow it's relevant. Visit the fortune teller. The fortune teller is withered with age and draped in gaudy fabrics. She barely registers your arrival at her stall. Who's there? She croaks. Ask for your fortune. Imminent carnage. You are barreling headlong into imminent carnage. If you do not take care... The seer looks at you with pale, watery eyes. Everything will be lost. Ariadne's fortune. She will die alongside a hero. A glorious death is her blessing. Ariadne nods her head. It's word for word what she told me when I was a tot. I won't keel over pulling up turnips. I'm going to die a hero. Kind of makes me wonder why she's in such a hurry to go be a hero and adventure with me then, if that's supposed to be how she dies. It seems like you could put off your fortune by just not doing any heroic things or being around heroes. Ask for Borden's fortune. Borden in Follow Hill will bring great peril onto his family, but they will forgive him as they have before. That is his curse. Return to the town center. Approach the tents. A cloaked family are furtively huddled around a small fire pit, as if worried that somebody will try and stop them. Talk to them? The mother and father automatically step defensively in front of the soup, pulling their children behind them. Ask who they are. The mother cinches her robe. We are from Farwater, but I doubt that means anything to you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I literally just finished rescuing all of Farwater. Ariadne chimes in. Farwater, where the great Kalora River meets the sea. The father looks surprised, then terribly sad. Yes, hero. The most beautiful town in this land, and we don't know when we can ever return there. You can return right now, because I saved it. The Empire has taken our homes, and set up their war towers to push into the north. When will they stop? Well, we're going to take care of that too next. Why are you so protective of your soup? The father laughs warily. Because we are starving, and we don't know where our next meal will come from, or even whether Stika will make us move on. Offer them food. They draw themselves up proudly, although their thin faces betrayed them. We may have lost our homes, but we are not beggars. I mean, you kind of are. You still, depending on the charity of others to some extent, if you're like... if you're camping out in somebody else's town, and you're worried about them pushing you on and stuff like that, it's like you're, on some level, relying on others already. It's really dumb to just like, I'll let my children starve because I won't take food, even though I have a mountain of food. I have an unreasonable quantity of food. Like, it's going to go bad, and by that I mean I'm going to forfeit, and it will not exist. Ariadne shakes her head. Those poor sods. You can't even use the amount of food that you get in this scenario. These earlier scenarios were like unlosable on purpose, aside from, you know, dying in combat. Visit Ariadne's mother. Ariadne's mother lives in a farmhouse on the fringe of Stigo. She is much shorter than Ariadne, decidedly average. Her mousy brown hair is cropped short and her thin face seems frozen in a mask of anxiety. Ariadne's mother Betho clatters about the kitchen with a pained look on her face. Ask about Ariadne's father. A calm comes over Bethel's face as she talks about her husband. My husband forged the armor for the Emperor himself. I'm a hero now, Ma, Ariadne pipes up, like a child who feels the attention slipping into a rival. People are going to know who I am. I'm going to die a hero's death. Don't say that, Ari. You're not going to die. Everybody dies, Ma. At least I'll die a hero's death, unlike Father. That's a hell of a thing to just drop. That's not a nice way to... Oh my god, what a way to put it. Ask for a pumpkin. Her face lights up. Oh, are you planning to follow in your father's footsteps? Oh, Ari, that's wonderful. No, I'm not. Ariadne frowns. I'm rebuilding a forge for a friend. Her mother sighs and leaves the room, returning with a pumpkin, as round as a water barrel. That's the last of the harvest.
This is hardly the most noble of your quests. You seem a common errand runner.
Fuck off? Ariadne's mother, same thing. Return to the town center. And leave? Ta-da! Give me the token, give me the token. Let me skip this screen. Shatoing. Terror Vein Ore. That's different. But I suppose another ingredient for the list, right? Terror Vein Ore. I've been tipped off that this is a card thing, so I've got like Imperial Armor and Mask of Holy Fortunes, Ring of Concentration, Tiger's Eye. I have 2 Merchant's Rings because you're allowed to bring so few equipment cards into High Priestess that if you have a bunch of equipment grabbing cards to grab your equipment with, it just starts throwing dupes at you because it runs out of all the cards in your deck, and then it's like, I'll give you a merchant ring over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And then if there's one that's specifically supposed to draw a weapon, it gives you like the barbarian axe or something like that over and over again. It's weird. It's really weird. It doesn't make up new items or draw from a pool. It's literally like, I'm just gonna give you multiple copies of the merchant's ring because you already grabbed all of the cards you brought with you in your deck. Anything useful here? That's a dice card. That'll heal me during a combat. That's good for spinning. That's also good for dice. Really have dice-oriented things. Also, yeah, everything's dice-oriented in my deck right now. I've got Lion's Heart. Just the questing mace because it's a starting weapon. You're only allowed to bring 5 things. We'll see.
The earth here is torn and bleeding. Take caution.
Terrorvein ore. We have 1 mechanical oddity and 1 Steagle pumpkin. A chunk of Terrorvein ore is the last thing I'll need before I can rebuild Anders Forge. Terrorvein ore isn't as ominous as it sounds, Ariadne explains as he approached the great gaping maw of the Saltcliff mines. I believe a bandit called Rand is in charge here. Dusty miners travel the winding paths into the earth, pushing heavy carts stacked with glimmering blue ore into the mine. You follow a group of weary workers deep into the mine. Rich veins of ore glitter in the dim lamplight. Clouds of dull blue ore dust hang on the air, stinging your eyes. When you squint, you can make out a man in the distance, haranguing, I don't know that word, a group of tired-looking workers. That'd be Rand, Ariadne notes. Approach Rand? He glares at you warily, occasionally shouting at miners to hurry up. Ask who he is. He leans against a dusty wall and lazily flicks his rapier at a passing miner, causing them to flinch. I'm Rand the Fighter, and I'm in charge when the boss ain't here. And the boss ain't here, so I'm in charge. Alright, he's a simple one. You start to cough. The blue dust is impossible to escape. He glares at you. Ask if the dust is dangerous. Yeah, it's poison, alright. Oh, great. Ariadne, Rand smirks at your clear discomfort. We get the miners to drink brewed silverleaf every morning, but sorry, I'm fresh out. What a prick. You start to cough. The blue dust is impossible to escape. Ask for Terrorvein ore. He chuckles. The price is 300 gold for a piece. You got 300 gold? Nope. Ariadne frowns. Maybe we should see if any of the other miners can help us. It'll be easier to talk to one away from Rand. So that's where the go outside comes up. Your breathing comes easier now that you are out in the cold air. Dusty miners travel the winding paths into the earth, pushing heavy carts stacked high with glimmering blue ore. Talk to a miner. The miner looks around nervously when you stop to talk to her. Ask who she is. My name's Sheb. The miner frowns. I used to be a silversmith in Fallhallow, but Fallhallow was burned to the ground by northerners. Now I have nothing left but my daughter and the food they give us here. What's being a miner like? It's terrible. Some of us stop drinking the silverleaf in the morning just to end it sooner. I stay because my father needs to eat. Some of them stop drinking silverleaf so they can starve so that they can die in the mines. Are they not able to quit and just leave and do something else? Seems like trying to fend for yourself and trying to make your way in the world just elsewhere would be better than literally suicide. Although a lot of people kill themselves because of their jobs in real life, so... Ask for Terrorvein ore. The miner laughs. We do not own anything here but the clothes on our backs. She raises a finger. I happen to know something that could help convince Rand to depart with some, but you'd have to do something for me first. The miner looks around furtively. One of the brutes here threw my daughter's doll into the pit. If you can get it back to me, I will tell you Rand's terrible secret. So I have to go into the nightmare pits? Great. Enter the mine. Find your way to the pit. What could go wrong? It's just full of poison. The pit is aptly named. Miners point you through the tunnels to a pond-sized circular trench in a cave. There are a few miners here, but a couple of Rand's lackeys are ambling about. Try to get past the guards. Oh shit. Ariadne offers help, but if I get her help, then she'll go away. Which I might need to hear from something more important. I don't know. So left is good, right is bad. Huge success. One of Rand's lackeys appears behind you, smiling amicably. Well, hello. We don't often get visitors in the mines. What can I help you with? Hello, Ariadne bellows. We'd like to have a look about the bottom of the pit, if you don't mind. The man smiles. Well, I wouldn't take the pulley system down. We haven't been taking care of it, so you'll probably die. Anyway, have fun. Jesus. Your cough is hacking and wet. The tickle in your throat is becoming painful. I guess they haven't invented masks. Wait, don't I have masks in my inventory list? Not right now, but in general. You peer into the depths of the pit. It looks like you can climb down. Beside you, a dusty wooden cart dangles from a long disused pulley. So pulley is bad, so we should climb. Left is good, right is bad. Uh-oh. Alright, we're good. Slowly and carefully, you climb down to the bottom of the pit. Oh no, I'm being poisoned. I already knew that. With each breath, more and more dust fills your lungs. The Terravane ore is poisoning you. We're a little late to notice that, but I have Tiger's Eye ring to cut 5 off of every pain card. Yeah! At the bottom of the pit, you find yourself knee-deep in dusty boxes and rubble. Dusty bones and rubble, dotted with the occasional hat or rusted pickaxe. How many people have died in this pit? What the hell? This is really messed up. This is really dark. Find the doll. Alright, left is good, right is bad. A sad squeak underfoot alerts you to the presence of a tiny linen doll. Its yarn hair caked with dust. Despite its reduced circumstances, the smile remains stitched into its face. Dusty doll. You climb carefully back out of the pit. With each breath, more and more dust fills your lungs. Alright. I didn't even get a chance to avoid that one. Oh well. Clouds of dull blue ore dust hang in the air. It's the same as before. Go outside. You stumble out of the mine and take big gulps of fresh air. It feels cool on your burning lungs. Talk to Sheb. Give her the doll. Oh, yes, that's my daughter's. I can't believe you managed to find it. Didn't the claw trolls give you trouble? Anyway, now for my part of the deal. Are you listening closely? Rand has a hidden cache of silver spoons. Nobody knows why, but if you were to threaten his collection, I'm sure he'd comply to your request. So back into the mine, approach Rand? Threaten his spoon collection. Not my silver spoons! Rand tears up at your threat. Who told you? Keep your voice down. I'll give you your damn ore.
A reward well earned.
There we go. He glares at you warily, occasionally shouting at miners to hurry up. Really? I'm still in danger? Oh, even when you're talking here, you're still spending another turn in the damage zone. I have the token, so let's get out. Get out. That would have been so tragic if you like were hanging on with like your last 10 health or whatever and you got killed by the post victory conversation. I guess I got the token already. Ariadne pats the ore with her massive hands. That's the last thing we need. Let's go back to the city. Anders is going to be so happy. Ta-da! So I'm at this point I'm researching the companion quests a little bit to figure out what to do. Just because I really don't want to do a run where I find out that I couldn't even do the run because I didn't have the right item in my inventory. After being turned away multiple times, I just... The time commitment is brutal. I'm sitting here like... I'm doing like these micro fragments because I'm recording like 5 minutes at a time and 10 minutes at a time for each of these scenarios, and I'm like, I have like a fraction of I have like maybe a couple episodes so far of this marathon of doing companions. I gotta start my actual work day like after this, where I make real videos afterwards, because I'm making piecemeal recordings right now. Don't plan on researching the rest of the game. It's just I want to get the companion stuff done, and it keeps roadblocking me. I wonder if this is it. It's called the Blacksmith's Daughter, which is like a kind of a final sounding name, in that it's not location specific, but it's or scenario specific, but it's specific to her character, like a summary of who she is. And I just got all the ingredients, so maybe we're done already when I do this next one. I'm coming for you. Big last final fight. I got the Questing Maze 6. God, it is the 6, isn't it? Obnoxious. Lionheart, Spiked, Bone Guard, Frontier Barbet, Merchant String again? Because Tiger's Eye and Regan Defense, which I don't have the fame for, but they're sitting there to taunt me. Because it's actually hard to get fame in this scenario, but I'll take it because it's so easy to get through this scenario. I also gained 10 max health, but then lost 13 max health, so I'm at 97. The Blacksmith's Daughter. There. Ariadna steps back to admire her work. The forge is just as you remember it, if not more detailed. Its wooden frame carved with intricate motifs, the attached anvils and tools hung in such a way as to keep it from tipping. Compliment her work, or be disparaging? What's wrong with you? Get out of here with that. Ariadna guffaws and blushes. You hold the final components, the strange metal bauble from Myrian the Mage, the hunk of night blue terror vein ore, and a Steagle pumpkin. Pass me Marion's trinket? Ariadna reaches a hand out and plucks a thin, sharp instrument from her belt. Something steps heavily into the path behind you. Like a nightmare, you turn to see the hulking great form of Dracna the Mighty. What a prick. The familiar, horrible face of the ogre leers down at you, his one good eye wide with mania. Hath thou no graceful welcome for an old friend? By the gods, he's back from the grave. Ariadna shouts as she flings soot from the forge into the resurrected ogre's eyes. Dracna roars and rubs the black dust away with his massive fists. Ariadne glances at you and then at the forge. We've got to split up. We can't let him destroy Ender's present. Meet me in the slums. Is it gonna... Is it gonna go somewhere else on the map? Oh. That's different. Ariadne's muscles strain as she drags the rattling forge behind her, disappearing down an alley. You hurry down a different path before Dracna can get his bearings.
An old and familiar face appears once more, and there is more to this quest than initially appeared.
You journey through the city to meet with Ariadne. Ruh-roh. I didn't know we were doing chance cards. I probably should have considered that, but oh, crap. Good thing I have this thing. Shit. I'll take that over the massive failure. There's no signs of Ariadne in the slums. A small gray dog watches you with disinterest from a dirty stoop. You search the area. Just place it face up. So then we don't have to do a whole animation where you turn it over. You journey through the city to meet with Ariadne. Son of a bitch. Yeah. You reunite with Ariadne behind an alleyway in the slums. Without wasting any time, she gets to work. You quickly pass her the bauble. She fiddles with it momentarily, then slots it into the side of the forge. She gives it a final tap and steps back. Now that's starting to look like something. Screams of terror herald the arrival of Dracna the Mighty. Bum bum bum. So this journey ends where it began, fighting the same ogre. Does he have a new trick, or is he still just an ogre? Because they're pretty generic. Your beard's on... The effect they do for Brimstone does not look good, right? It's like, well, your beard's covered in flaming tar. What's wrong with you? Are you in horrible pain? It's mostly just makes it like, it has like the Michael Bay Transformers issue where you kind of can't comprehend what you're looking at because it's just so noisy. Dracna the Mighty, he is not done with you, little mouse, not by far. Well, I've got a questing mace and I'm gonna beat you in the face with it. Ow. Yep. Ariadne, where you going? Help. Ariadne. Took a hit I shouldn't have taken earlier. Ow. The screen is so much smaller than he is at this point. Come on. Ah, damn it. My plan was to interrupt his first attack by hitting right trigger, to then interrupt him with my undamageable, like, interrupting attack. I'm gonna drink real quick. There we go. But instead I got hit in the face before I could initiate it correctly. Whoops. Ariadne wipes the sweat from her brow. What a fight! Now, do you have the ore? Before you begin to rummage in your haversack for the blue ore, there comes a fearful cry from a ragged child peering at Dracna's body. He's still alive! The huge ore groans and his body convulses. Ariadne looks to her hammer, then to Dracna's unconscious form, his head weak and exposed, then shakes her head. As she heaves the forge back into motion, she whispers, "Let's split up and meet at the docks." No, just execute him. He's literally chasing you around to murder you. We've killed so many people in this game as far as I can tell, and this is gonna be where you leave with a fucking exception? Why can't I execute Dracna? I'm gonna cut his head off. You journey through the city to meet with Ariadne. Running out of food, but I should be able to buy a little bit more. Ooh, boy. How am I nailing the whole huge failure thing? I need to stop doing that. Oh, yeah. Did not mean to press A, my bad. You wonder where the Empire soldiers are in this accursed city. The ogre spots you across the way. His monstrously lumpy face splits into a grin. He lazily knocks a pie stall out of his path, and he begins to approach. There is a yell from the other side of the market. You want the forge, do you? Well, come and get it, beastie. Ariadne raises her hammer over her head. I need to stop taking hits because I took too many hits last time, and ogres are supposed to be easy and I shouldn't be that dumb. I was messing up at countering the greens for some reason. Although the camera was unusually bad angle for that fight, which is weird. I mean, you usually fight him in giant open areas, like this one. Oh, he's half dead. Interesting. Oh crap, I thought my thing was going to be ready. Let's not take another hit like that, alright? Gotcha. Please kill him. Please just kill him. It's so easy. You just hit him in the bad spots and then they stop living. Ariadne places the terror vein ore into the base of the forge. It lights instantly, the sparkling flames reflecting in her cheerful blue eyes. It will burn forever now, unless it gets smashed by an ogre again. Again, the ogre's body convulses. A few soldiers are wandering the markets, drawn by the hubbub. Hopefully they will deal with him. You're not gonna deal with him? Just take his head off or something. He's gonna kill some soldiers now. Admittedly, they're probably Empire soldiers, so fuck them, but, like, you're just gonna, like, you're continually leaving him alive, and he's gonna kill other people. Aren't you in a town? He's gonna kill villagers. Ariadne heaves the traveling forge into momentum once again. We should split up just in case. The old girl is almost on her last legs. Meet me in the tavern, the Nag's Head, where our boy Anders is. Sounds like it's time for round 3. Rule of 3 is probably you probably fight the ogre 3 times. Bloop, bloop, bloop. I am going to buy some food with the money I got, because then I can use it to heal, and I don't really think I have any use for money. That more or less caps my health back out, while also helping me make sure I don't starve too. You journey through the city, the usual. Redraw. Please don't get huge failure. Yeah. You find your way to the Nag's Head. Once again, Anders lies prone in the puddle of ale. You hear the traveling forge rattling along the cobbled path, and Dracna's heavy footfalls not too far behind. Holy crap, this guy's dedicated. Why does he hate this forge so much? Dracna drags his club behind him, dying but still not dead. Accursed fleas, cowardly knaves, cheats. Blood sprays from his mouth as he roars, "Yield thine forge or perish." So he's really into the forge. I guess the forge somehow an affront to his being? They clearly have some kind of direct connection. This is just a weird goal otherwise. Oh yeah, his health just keeps getting lower. Ah, crap. Well, there we go. Finally, Dracna the Mighty lays dead. Pushing through the crowd is Anders, the side of his head still wet with ale, his eyes wide with disbelief, taking in the forge, spinning, chugging, and alive. 3 figures have been carved into its side: Anders, Ariadne, and you. The tiny carven replicas are laughing, forever fixed in a state of happiness. Blacksmith's daughter beams from ear to ear. It's us, the 3 heroes. Anders bursts into messy tears. Thank you, he bows deeply to you. Then Ariadne, you are truly your father's daughter. Your companion frowns for just a second, before laughing and drawing you and Anders into a warm, painful hug. The Nag's Head Tavern patrons drunkenly marvel at the traveling forge. A noble is already in an animated conversation with Anders, ordering a lucrative number of helms. Ask what will become of Anders. Ariadne folds her massive arms and smiles. I think he will be just fine from now on. What about her father? My father was a coward, Ariadne notes, matter-of-factly. He was lauded as the best blacksmith in the land by the Empire, but they've yet to meet me. Continue your journey. Yay, I can use these items now that I'm now gonna quit, so it doesn't matter. Oh, dang it. Ariadne stands even taller than before, her cheeks blushing with pride. We really are heroes, aren't we?
All credit to the smith. She handled herself well and deserves her satisfaction.
And then the defeat screen. Joke's on you, game. I succeeded at my goal. Whether you want to acknowledge that or not with your defeat screen. So you keep Steagle Pumpkin in your list, which is... Why is that good? I'm trying to remember what happened in the Steagle Pumpkin scenario that benefited us. Oh well. So the blacksmith and the pumpkin are there. I think that means you can use that blacksmith... You might be able to use that blacksmith token to upgrade those items that require a blacksmith without having to actually do the strength challenge, interestingly. The hero. And so we've got it. All 4 companions from the vanilla game are all currently platinum cards. The dealer isn't in the game yet, because I have to get to the world first, which I think might be the last level or something. So it'll be a while, but there we go. They're all platinumed. So now absolutely everything in the game so far is platinum except for this bastard, Justice, which I'm still kind of putting off for now. I'm gonna go try the moon, I think, after doing all that. That's about right.